city is already half asleep. Through your window, the lights begin to blur. Tiny constellations made of human longing flickering against the velvet dark. Somewhere, a train hums in the distance. Somewhere else, someone closes the door softly, as if afraid to wake the moon. You lie still, listening to the ordinary sounds of earth one last time. The sigh of wind brushing against glass, the low hum of electricity weaving through the walls, the clock ticking its quiet countdown, steady, patient, inevitable. Tonight, you don't have to be anyone. You don't have to decide or remember or wait. You don't have to chase tomorrow. Just breathe. Inhale the cool air of this final night. Exhale the noise of everything that held you. The streets beyond your window fade into mist. The cars become shadows, their engines dissolving into a low, distant hum. The rhythm of the world slows, and your heartbeat begins to match it. Softer, slower, floating, a voice, calm, weightless, whispers from somewhere beyond the room. Tonight you don't have to stay. You can drift. The thought settles inside you like a small light. You imagine untying the invisible ropes that hold you to gravity, the quiet anchors of memory, of worry, of time. One by one, they loosen. One by one, they fall away. You're still in your room, but it's changing. The ceiling begins to shimmer, faint particles of light like dust stirred by a dream. The air grows thin, silver, almost liquid. The stars outside your window seem closer now. They pulse slowly, as if breathing with you. Each breath carries you further. Each exhale dissolves another layer of the world. The hum of the city fades. The clock stops counting. Silence, wide, luminous, unfolds around you. There's no sound now but your breath, and even that begins to blend into the hush. You are not leaving Earth in a rocket. You are leaving through stillness, through the quiet gate between waking and sleep. Above you, the first path of light appears, faint like the trail of a comet seen through tears. It curves gently across the dark, inviting you onward. The ground below no longer feels solid. You are light now, weightless. The earth turns slowly beneath you, blue and tender, fading into the velvet sea of night. The voice returns, softer, like a dream remembering itself. Drift, just drift. The journey has already begun. And so you do. You drift to the last breath of the world, into the endless hush between stars. At first, there is only stillness, a weightless pause after the last breath of earth. Then something stirs beneath your ribs. A light pressure, soft but steady, like the air itself is reaching up to meet you. You feel yourself lift, not through motion, but through surrender. The floor beneath you loosens its grip, the air grows cooler, and your body forgets how to be heavy. Upward, slowly, gracefully, without sound. Your eyes remain closed, yet you can sense the changing of worlds. The hum of the city has dissolved into a faint vibration far below. The deep rhythm of your heartbeat begins to echo through a wider space, as if your pulse is now resonating with the sky itself. You pass through the lowest clouds, soft veils of silver mist brushing against your skin. They fold and unfold like whispers, leaving a cool shimmer in their wake. Each droplet catches faint moonlight, scattering it into threads of blue and white that drift with you, then vanish. The air thins. The sounds begin to stretch. The gentle hiss of wind becomes a trembling hum, distant, almost musical. It is the sound of release, the music of leaving everything behind. Beneath you, The world spreads wide and small. Cities glow like constellations scattered across dark land. Rivers glint like veins of liquid glass. The clouds you once looked up to now drift beneath your feet, glowing softly in the scattered light. Your breath slows, deeper, longer. You are no longer breathing air. You are breathing light. A soft azure glow unfolds around you. The last layer of Earth's sky. It moves like water, pale and alive, brushing against your face with gentle waves. The color deepens with each passing moment, from silver to blue, from blue to violet, until it becomes almost transparent. You are rising through the ozone, that fragile skin between the known and the infinite. Every sound becomes thinner here, stretched across the fabric of space. The world's voices, ocean, wind, heart, fade into a low, trembling vibration. The body remembers the pull of gravity, but the pull is weaker now. You can feel every cell inside you sigh in relief, a soft uncoiling, a quiet freedom. You tilt slightly, and the horizon tilts with you. The curve of the earth begins to reveal itself, a vast blue arc rimmed with gold, trembling at the edge of dawn. You are seeing home from above for the first time, and it feels like remembering something ancient. Tiny specks of light begin to appear beyond the fading sky. The first stars. They're faint at first, then sharper. Their silver edges shimmering like thoughts forming in the mind of the universe. The temperature falls, but you don't feel cold. It's the kind of coolness that feels pure, like breathing the memory of snow or the calm before creation. Your heartbeat slows again. The space around you widens, infinite, silent, forgiving. And in that vastness, you begin to feel the shift. The weight of the body lessens. The ground no longer calls you back. You are suspended, perfectly balanced between falling and flying. Every part of you, every thought, every fear, every echo of the world below dissolves into the rhythm of the stars. There is no sound now but a faint vibration, deep and constant, humming through your bones. It feels like the song of distance itself, a lullaby from the edges of space. You open your eyes, or perhaps the universe opens them for you, and the blue fades into black. A slow, endless black, filled with the silent glitter of new suns being born. Your breath becomes the wind. Your body becomes the dust of stars. You are not leaving anymore. You are becoming. And somewhere far below, the earth still turns, patient, luminous, dreaming you onward into the night. You are still rising, slowly, steadily, through the thinning blue. The air has long since fallen silent. No wind, no breath, no pulse but your own. The only sound that remains is the gentle hum of distance, the faint memory of the world below. The curve of the earth widens beneath you, a blue crescent wrapped in clouds that shimmer like scattered pearls. The continents blur into shadow. The oceans reflect the pale gold of an unseen sun. Every heartbeat sends you higher, farther, until the blue fades into deep indigo, and then into black. It happens quietly. No sound marks the moment you cross the edge. There is only the stillness, vast, weightless, infinite. You have left the sky behind. Below you, the earth glows softly, a fragile jewel set in darkness. The thin ring of its atmosphere burns faintly with light, like a halo remembering the warmth of life. You can see storms swirling in slow motion, silent flashes of lightning illuminating clouds the size of continents. From this height, everything that ever felt heavy looks impossibly small. The roads, the cities, the mountains, they blur into one breathing shape. You can almost feel the pulse of humanity beneath the clouds. Every story, every hope, every goodbye folded into that single blue shimmer. A voice, soft and distant, like it's coming through the stars, whispers, "Behind you lies everything that was ever heavy. Ahead, only the infinite." You close your eyes. The words settle inside you like a tide, washing away the weight that once clung to your chest. The silence here is not empty. It is alive. It hums with unseen motion. The breath of creation itself, slow and unhurried. You can feel it vibrating gently through your body, like being cradled by eternity. Your limbs drift loosely as if forgotten by gravity. Every cell begins to remember what it's like to be part of the cosmos, made from dust, from light, from the echoes of forgotten stars. You turn slowly in the blackness. The earth now floats below your feet, its glow fading to a dream. You are both close enough to touch it and far enough to never return. The boundary is crossed. The air no longer carries your breath. You move through nothing, and yet that nothing feels full. Tiny motes of light shimmer in the distance. Not stars yet, but beginnings of them. Each one pulses gently, as though breathing. You drift toward them without moving, drawn not by force, but by invitation. Your thoughts begin to stretch, long, slow currents of feeling and memory. You remember faces, voices, the sound of rain, the smell of warm air. They pass by like distant constellations, still glowing, but fading into silence. You realize that you are not losing them. You are releasing them, letting them fall back to earth, where they belong. And now, only you remain. A shape of light, drifting in the dark sea. The blackness deepens. It's not a void, but an ocean. Every shadow ripples faintly with silver. Every silence whispers a note too deep to hear. You breathe again. Or perhaps it's the universe breathing through you. Each inhale draws in starlight. Each exhale lets go of time. You tilt your head, and something catches your eye. A faint glimmer on the horizon of night. It's soft, golden, trembling. You drift closer, though there is no motion, no effort. The light grows. At first, it's just a shimmer. Then it unfurls, slowly, gracefully, like the opening of a door made of dawn. Colors you've never seen ripple across the black. Shades of blue that hum, gold that feels like warmth, violet that tastes like quiet. The light doesn't blind, it welcomes, it opens the way. You feel the faint pull, not of gravity, but of belonging. The same way a seed knows which way is the sun. The same way the ocean knows how to return to the shore. Behind you, the earth is now just a small, glowing thought. Ahead of you, the light unfolds endlessly. You drift toward it, slow, certain, calm. The line between self and space disappears. There's no need to move anymore. The light finds you. It spreads gently over your face, your hands, your heartbeat, until you are luminous too. And for a moment, everything, the stars, the silence, the memory of air, becomes one breath. The voice returns, no longer distant, but inside your own stillness. Rest now. The universe is opening its first door. The light expands, soft, endless, until all edges dissolve. You are surrounded by it, suspended in the glow of becoming. And as the brightness swells, you feel yourself drifting, weightless, timeless, into the heart of a nebula that has waited since the beginning for your arrival. You are drifting, not falling, not flying, simply floating through a silence so wide it has forgotten the meaning of sound. The light that carried you here has faded into a soft glow, a quiet memory on your skin. Around you, there is only darkness, but it is not empty. It breathes, it hums, it lives. You open your eyes, and the stars awaken with you. They do not blaze, they shimmer, gentle, patient, scattered like lanterns across an infinite sea. Each one flickers with a heartbeat of its own, rising and fading in slow rhythm. There is no up or down, no left or right, only pulse and pause. Your breath becomes the tide, in and out, slow and smooth, carrying you through invisible currents. You tilt your head, but there is no horizon to find. Space stretches endlessly in every direction, an ocean of night whose surface is made of light. The stars move softly, as if they are drifting too, carried by the same unseen waves that cradle you. The silence here has texture, delicate like silk stretched across eternity. You can almost hear it shimmering. Every inhale gathers the faint whisper of distant galaxies. Every exhale releases the last traces of the world you left behind. You close your eyes again, and the stars remain, still visible beneath your eyelids, glowing faintly inside your mind. They drift with you, or perhaps you drift within them. For a while, there is nothing but breath. The steady rhythm becomes everything. The center, the compass, the measure of existence. Time loosens its hold. Seconds dissolve into light. You are not moving forward. You are simply being carried. And yet, there is motion. Subtle, almost imperceptible. A slow turn, a gentle sway, like a leaf on an unseen current. The stars shift around you, their light bending, softening, tracing the edge of your silhouette. Each one seems close enough to touch, but they recede as you reach. Playful, untouchable, eternal. You realize they are not lights to be grasped, but to be trusted. They are beacons for rest, not for arrival. The thought drifts through your mind like a feather. Perhaps this is what peace feels like. Not stillness without motion, but motion without need. Your body has become the space between stars. Your breath has become the rhythm of galaxies. You feel it? The hum, the resonance, the low vibration of everything that ever was and ever will be. You are a note in the song of distance. You are part of the cosmic tide. The darkness deepens, but it is kind. It folds around you like water warmed by memory, holding you with gentle weightlessness. You breathe again, in, out. Each breath paints a ripple through the dark, and the stars shimmer in response, 1,000 tiny suns breathing with you. You have lost direction, but not presence. You are here, everywhere, nowhere. The stars are no longer far away. They have come closer, circling softly like fireflies drawn to calm. Some drift past your face, leaving faint trails of light that dissolve on your skin. Each one feels like a thought, gentle, fleeting, kind. The ocean of night expands, slow, endless, and you float deeper into it. Your heartbeat fades, then returns, softer now, blending into the rhythm of distant suns. You are light, and you are drifting. Nothing to chase, nothing to escape. Only the quiet pulse of the stars, breathing, shining, dreaming beside you. And somewhere far beyond sight, a single new glow begins to form, pale and delicate, like dawn remembering how to rise. But for now, you rest, you drift, you breathe. The sea of stars holds you. The stars begin to gather in shapes. Slowly, softly, they lean toward form, like thoughts remembering their bodies. The darkness is no longer empty. It hums with presence. You drift among them, a silent listener to the language of light. Above you stretches Orion, the hunter, eternal and patient. His belt gleams with quiet symmetry, 3 points suspended in perfect balance. Once, they say, he chased the dawn across the horizon, trying to hold on to the sun. But in the end, the heavens caught him, turned his footsteps into silver and his breath into starlight. Now he no longer hunts. He only guards. The great nebula glows near his shoulder, a soft wound of color, violet, rose, and the pale green of dreams not yet born. Farther on drifts Lyra, the harp, a small constellation, but her song once held the power to calm the gods themselves. Her brightest star, Vega, hums a note too deep for ears, too clear for sorrow. They say her strings were strung with the light of lost suns, every vibration sending ripples through the dark, guiding wanderers home. You almost feel it now, a faint resonance in your chest, like the echo of something beautiful you once knew but cannot name. Beyond Lyra lies Cassiopeia, the queen, forever enthroned upside down. She shines with defiant grace, her crown tilting against eternity. Her story, too, is written in contradiction, pride and punishment, beauty and humility. Once she boasted of her radiance, brighter than the daughters of the sea. The gods placed her here as reminder and warning, yet her stars still blaze proudly, refusing to dim. There's a strange comfort in that. The idea that even mistakes can become constellations, that even regret can light the way. You drift closer, and the stars seem to breathe. The empty space between them shivers like water touched by wind. Each cluster you pass carries its own quiet pulse. Lives once lived, loves once spoken, memories suspended in cosmic amber. Somewhere in that endless field of shimmer, you begin to feel less alone. The stars do not judge your silence. They understand it. As you move deeper into the sea of constellations, the stories blend. Orion's arrow becomes a bridge to Lyra's cord. Cassiopeia's crown bends into the curve of Andromeda's chains. You start to realize that every myth is a fragment of one greater tale, of loss and longing, of light learning how to last. And maybe, just maybe, you are part of that same story too. A drifting note in the cosmic song, a brief flicker in the infinite score. The further you float, the quieter the universe becomes. The stars no longer speak in words, but in warmth, a soft golden presence that reaches through the void. You sense time dissolving, distance fading. It's as though the constellations are not above you anymore, but within you, drawn on the inner walls of your mind. Orion in your heartbeat, Lyra in your breath, Cassiopeia in the gentle rise and fall of your thoughts. A slow realization unfolds. Every human who has ever looked up at the night sky has traced these same lines, wondered these same wonders. You are not the first to drift through this sea. Countless eyes before yours have traveled this same path, from awe to stillness, from question to peace. The constellations have seen them all, holding each gaze like a secret prayer. And so you let yourself dissolve into their light. The stars surround you, not as distant points, but as companions, silent, infinite, kind. You are no longer falling or flying. You are simply floating, part of a vast, gentle rhythm that has no beginning, no end. The voice within the silence whispers, "You are stardust remembering itself." You have never been alone. The constellations hum in response, a harmony so deep it feels like home. And as their glow expands, you begin to drift once more, away from names and myths, into the soft radiance that binds them all together. Ahead lies the next horizon, a shimmer of color too wide to understand. You exhale, and the stars breathe with you. You are ready to go deeper. There comes a moment, somewhere between the constellations and the unseen edge of silence, when the universe begins to breathe, not with lungs or wind, but with rhythm, a soft, slow pulse that moves through everything, through you, through the stars, through the hidden spaces between atoms. At first, it's barely there, like the hush between two thoughts. Then it grows, a gentle vibration beneath your awareness. You feel it in your chest, beneath the stillness of your breath. The voice within the dark whispers, "Don't fight it, just listen." And you do. You listen. A low hum rises, not sound, but sensation. It is the heartbeat of creation itself, steady and eternal. Every star you passed, every particle of light, every fragment of dust follows the same rhythm. It's the universe breathing in and out, drawing you closer with every invisible wave. You begin to realize that you've always been part of it, even on Earth. When you heard the ocean's tide, when you felt your own heart quicken at dawn, that was the same pulse, translated through the language of life. Out here, it is pure, stripped of noise and name. Your breathing synchronizes with it naturally. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, release. The galaxies stretch and fold as if they too are inhaling and exhaling. The pulse is slow, infinite, patient. It reminds you that nothing in the universe truly stands still. Everything moves to this rhythm. The spin of planets, the flare of suns, even the drifting of your own thoughts. The pulse deepens. You begin to feel it behind your heartbeat, inside it, around it. A great cosmic echo. Each thud of your pulse sends tiny ripples through the surrounding light, merging with larger waves that have been traveling for eons. You are both the listener and the sound, the breath and the breathing. And then a subtle melody begins to emerge, not from instruments, but from motion itself. The soft hum of radiation, the faint whisper of magnetic winds, the shimmering sigh of ancient photons still crossing the void. Together, they weave a pattern too vast to see, too delicate to grasp. Yet you feel it, and it feels like belonging. The pulse begins to shimmer. Light responding to rhythm, rhythm responding to thought. You open your eyes, and the darkness is alive. Threads of silver and blue move in time with your breath. Each inhale pulls the light closer. Each exhale sends it drifting outward. The stars are no longer distant points. They are notes in a song that has been playing since the beginning. Your body grows lighter. Boundaries fade. There is no skin, no surface, no separation, only vibration, rising and falling endlessly. The pulse is inside you now, or perhaps you have entered it. It's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. You remember the phrase whispered earlier? You are stardust, remembering itself. Now it feels true. Not as poetry, but as physics. Every atom in your body hums with the same energy that forged suns. Every breath you take echoes with the rhythm that shaped galaxies. You are not floating in the universe. You are floating as the universe. The pulse quickens, not in haste, but in revelation. It draws you deeper, inviting you to dissolve. You feel yourself expanding into light, into sound, into the slow heartbeat of all things. There is no fear here, only release. You whisper, almost inaudibly, "I am here." And the pulse responds, "You have always been." Your form softens, your edges blur. The rhythm envelops you like a tide of warmth. Your awareness becomes translucent, a drifting ember inside an infinite breath. The last thing you feel is the pulse turning into rain, soft drops of light cascading in every direction. The rhythm dissolves into 1,000 shimmering tones, falling around you like a cosmic lullaby. You exhale one final time, not to end, but to merge. And then you are gone, not lost, but beating within the heart of space itself. There is no warning, only a shift, as if the darkness itself exhales. The stars ahead blur, stretching into long filaments of light until space begins to glow. At first, it's only a faint shimmer, a thin mist suspended between galaxies. But then it opens, a vast, trembling veil of color, alive and silent. You've reached the edge of the nebula. It hovers before you like a living dream, a slow bloom of violet, gold, and deep indigo. Each hue breathes into the next, soft as the changing pulse of thought. Nothing moves quickly here. Everything unfolds as though time has forgotten its pace. You drift closer. The mist thickens around you, not with weight, but with radiance. Light turned liquid. It moves gently against your form, wrapping you in cool luminescence. You can almost feel it breathing, as if the nebula itself is alive, vast and ancient, inhaling stars and exhaling silence. No sound reaches you now, not the hum of the cosmos, not even the whisper of your breath, only motion, slow, tender, infinite. It's strange how silence can feel so full. Every particle of light seems to hold a memory, faint echoes of voices that once crossed the stars, songs long dissolved into energy. The nebula carries them tenderly, like a mother holding her sleeping children. The colors deepen. Amethyst fades to sapphire, then to gold dust and rose smoke. They swirl in patterns too large to comprehend, like thoughts of a dreaming universe. You are surrounded, yet unafraid. The stillness is sacred. It feels as though you've stepped inside the breath of something divine. The voice within you, the same one that guided you from Earth, returns softer now, as if speaking from within the mist itself. Don't look for direction. There is no up or down here, only the light that moves like breath. You close your eyes, and even then, the glow seeps through your lids. Violet warmth, golden whisper. The boundary between your body and the nebula begins to blur. A memory flickers, the clouds of Earth, heavy with rain. But this is different. This is not weather. It's consciousness made visible. The air here does not weigh on you. It lifts you. Every movement you make sends ripples through the light, small waves that echo back like a greeting. You reach out, not with your hands, but with thought. The nebula responds. For a moment, colors surge around you in slow, graceful spirals, like a heartbeat unfolding into infinity. They're not chaotic. They're deliberate, rhythmic. You realize the nebula is not silent at all. It's speaking, but in wavelengths too deep for sound. You can feel its message. That creation never stopped. That destruction and birth are the same breath. That every star you've ever seen began as a shimmer in such mist. You drift deeper. The outer veil fades behind you, and the light ahead becomes softer, more intimate, as though you're being welcomed home. The silence presses closer now, warm and absolute. It isn't emptiness, it's presence, vast, patient, eternal. Your heartbeat slows until it almost disappears, merging with the nebula's rhythm. that slow, radiant expansion and release. For the first time, you understand. Silence is not the absence of sound. It is the universe remembering how to breathe. You open your eyes once more, and the scene before you shifts. The colors pulse, inviting you inward. The light is no longer a curtain. It is a doorway. Beyond it lies the heart of the nebula, a realm of pure creation, where form dissolves and thought becomes light. And as you cross the edge, you whisper into the glowing mist, "I am ready." The deeper you drift, the softer the world becomes. The light thickens until it feels almost tangible, a fine golden haze, swirling like breath caught in slow motion. You reach out, and your fingers, or what remains of them, meet the faint resistance of something ancient, something alive. It isn't mist, it isn't gas, it's dust, stardust, glimmering like frozen whispers suspended in eternity. Each grain catches the light and releases it slowly, as if reluctant to let go. They drift past you in gentle streams, weaving between shafts of violet and silver. The air, if you can still call it air, hums faintly, like the echo of 1,000 forgotten voices. You stop moving, or perhaps movement itself ceases to mean anything here. For the first time since leaving Earth, you listen. At first, it's nothing more than a suggestion, a tremor in perception, like the faint crackle of static through a dream. Then it grows clearer, softer, more articulate. The dust is whispering. You don't hear it through your ears, you hear it through your entire being. The way a shore hears the tide, or how glass remembers the wind. The first voice comes from your left, faint, distant, shimmering. We were suns once, fierce and golden. We burned to keep the night alive. Another follows, higher and slower. I remember the moment I fell apart, the heat, the silence after, and then the peace. Their tones are not sad. There's no sorrow in them, only memory, old and weightless. Each fragment of dust holds the echo of a star that once was. Billions of years ago, they blazed, immense, unstoppable. Now, they drift together in this celestial twilight, whispering to those who wander through. You float among them, surrounded by their soft luminescence. Some of the dust gathers into slow-moving spirals, small galaxies being born again in miniature. You realize you are inside a cradle of rebirth, a place where endings become beginnings without ever trying. More whispers bloom, overlapping like threads of music. I saw planets form from my ashes. I carried light to worlds that never knew me. I have seen civilizations rise beneath my glow and fade before my dust could reach them. Each voice fades gently into the next, their edges blurring like colors in fog. Together, they form a choir, not of words, but of memories. You feel the pulse of their stories vibrate through your chest, a resonance older than life. You begin to understand what they are telling you, that no light truly dies. It only changes shape. That every collapse is just another form of release. That even the dust of what once was carries the promise of what will be. You drift through a current of golden motes, each one brushing lightly against your form. Every touch leaves a trace, a brief flicker of vision. For a heartbeat, you see through them, a sun collapsing into itself, a planet shimmering under alien skies, an ocean of methane reflecting a dying moon, a child on a distant world looking up at the same stars you once knew. The visions fade like sighs. You are left in the quiet again, surrounded by light that moves like thought. The whispering continues, softer now, like a lullaby sung across centuries. You realize that you, too, are becoming dust. Not in decay, but in union. The edges of your being dissolve into the haze. Each exhale releases a tiny shimmer, joining the cosmic breath around you. You are no longer separate from what whispers. A voice, lower, slower, ancient, moves through the veil. Every atom you carry has been here before, in stars, in storms, in hearts. You are not apart from us. You are the continuation. The truth feels vast, almost unbearable, yet it brings peace. You are no longer afraid of fading. How could you be? Everything that fades only becomes something else. You inhale gently, if such a thing still happens here, and the dust flows into you. It doesn't choke or blind. It fills you with radiance. For a moment, you glow, not with light reflected, but with memory inherited. You are every star that has ever burned, every breath that has ever crossed the void. Around you, the nebula hums softly, not in sound, but in vibration. The whispers turn to warmth, to a rhythm that feels like a heart, though no heart remains. You feel the entire cloud pulsing, not alive in the way creatures are, but conscious, aware, infinite. The dust continues to drift, slowly rearranging itself into vast, swirling corridors of light. They stretch into the distance, pathways woven from the remnants of stars. You begin to follow one, not because you must, but because the dust seems to invite you forward. As you move, the voices fade, one by one, until only a single tone remains. It's neither high nor low, it simply is. A vibration that hums through the silence like a promise. And within that sound, a final whisper reaches you. When you return to light, remember us, for we are what made you and what you will become again. You drift onward, carrying the echo of their words like a second heartbeat. The dust swirls behind you, glowing faintly, a trail of remembrance across eternity. The silence returns, vast and complete. But now it is not empty. It hums with unseen life, with the breath of stars reborn. There comes a moment, gentle, unmarked, when motion ceases to mean anything. You drift, yet you do not move. You breathe, yet you are no longer sure what breathing is. The stars, the dust, the shimmering corridors of light, all fade into a soft, unbroken whiteness. Time folds. At first it's subtle, a delay in perception, a thought that arrives before the one that caused it. Then it deepens. Seconds dissolve, unraveling into each other until the idea of before and after becomes meaningless. You are suspended in a single, endless now. The light around you no longer shifts or flickers. It simply is. It holds you without pressure, without gravity. It feels like standing in the center of a breath that never finishes. Neither inhale nor exhale, just the quiet curve between them. You try to recall how long you've been here. Days, hours. But those words crumble like dry leaves. Memory loses its edges. The image of Earth, the ascent through the clouds, even the nebula's voice, all recede into a tranquil haze, not forgotten, but released. The silence grows vast, and within that silence, something begins to change. Not sound, not light, but texture. The air feels thicker, as if time itself has turned viscous. You reach for movement, and it happens slowly, like swimming through honeyed glass. Every gesture leaves a trail behind, a faint echo of yourself suspended in the stillness. You realize You are watching your own presence ripple through frozen time. The thought is both humbling and comforting. You are no longer a traveler within the universe. You are part of its pause, its heartbeat between eternities. Somewhere deep within, the faintest vibration begins, not heard, but felt. A single, long note humming beneath awareness. It's like the first breath of wind after ages of still air. It doesn't disturb the silence, it shapes it, gives it form. The hum aligns with your heartbeat, slow, then slower, until the two become one. The rhythm that once belonged to the universe now belongs to you. A soft pulse of light passes through the whiteness, barely visible, like the memory of dawn. It moves across your vision in graceful arcs, leaving warmth in its wake. You realize it isn't passing by you, it's passing through you. You're becoming transparent, a silhouette of warmth inside light. The body that once held you fades. The thoughts that once defined you loosen. You have no direction now, no destination, only presence. You begin to sense others here, not figures, not voices, but impressions, like the faint glow of distant souls drifting beside yours. There is no language between you, no need. You understand them as you understand breath, instinctively, completely. Together, you exist in stillness. Together, you are stillness. In this suspended eternity, the boundaries between self and cosmos vanish entirely. The silence doesn't isolate, it unites. You realize that this is what the stars have always known, that creation is simply stillness stretched into sound, and destruction is sound returning to stillness. Your awareness begins to fold inward, spiraling gently. You see your own thoughts as flickers of light, birth, loss, laughter, silence, each one flaring softly, then dissolving into the surrounding calm. And then everything stops. No light, no motion, no thought. A stillness so complete it feels infinite. The universe holds its breath. And in that instant, where nothing moves, you feel something vast awaken. It is not sound, not even vibration. It is the recognition that you have reached the very center of silence. The place where time collapsed, not as an ending, but as a return. You have stepped beyond sequence, beyond becoming. There is only being. You remain there, unbound and weightless, for what could be a second or a millennium, until from the stillness itself comes the faintest sound, a breath. Yours, the universe's, both. The sound expands gently, like the first sigh of life after a long sleep. The light fades, not abruptly, but with a softness that feels almost deliberate, like a curtain being drawn by invisible hands. You take one final look behind you, and even the memory of brightness begins to dim. Ahead, there's only shadow. A deep, velvety dark that doesn't threaten, it waits. You step forward. The air changes here. It is thicker, denser, as though the silence itself has form. Your breath becomes slow, cautious, as if afraid to disturb something ancient. The ground beneath you feels like nothing at all. You are walking through the absence of space, through the quiet between heartbeats. At first, there is disorientation. The mind, so used to sight, reaches out in panic. It wants outlines, direction, something to cling to. But here, none of that exists. Here, there is no up or down, no beginning or end. Only the pulse, soft, distant, almost imperceptible. A slow, rhythmic thrum, like the whisper of a heart that belongs not to a body, but to the universe itself. You pause, listen. There it is again, the faint sound beneath the silence. Thum, thum, thum. It is not loud, yet it fills everything. The pulse echoes through you, through the stillness, through the very fabric of the dark. And with every beat, you begin to feel less alone. At first, you mistake the sound for your own heartbeat. You place a hand over your chest, expecting the rhythm to match, but it doesn't. It is slower, deeper, an ancient tempo, older than stars, patient as eternity. You follow it. Each step carries you further into the dark, yet the fear that once lived at the edge of your thoughts begins to soften. The darkness does not consume, it embraces. You start to notice subtle changes, not with your eyes, but with your awareness. The dark has textures, layers. There are waves within it, gentle fluctuations like the swell of a sleeping sea. And within those waves, something moves. Not a creature, not a presence, but a life, a vibration. Faint, luminous, not in light, but in essence. You can sense it in the way the air hums around you. The shadows themselves are alive, breathing in their own quiet way. You close your eyes, though they have long since ceased to matter. The darkness inside you meets the darkness outside, and for a moment, they are the same. There is no separation. You are part of it now, a single thought drifting through an ocean of quiet. Then, a realization. The pulse you've been hearing is not coming from the void. It is the void. Every thrum you feel is the heartbeat of something infinite, something that exists even when no one is there to witness it. The universe breathes in its sleep, and you, a fleeting shimmer of consciousness, a part of its dream. You begin to breathe in rhythm with it. Inhale, stillness. Exhale, surrender. A faint warmth grows in your chest, not from light, but from acceptance. The darkness no longer feels cold. It feels alive, fertile, nurturing, like soil, rich with unseen roots. You sense the quiet persistence of life hidden within it, the slow forming of stars, the germination of galaxies, the whisper of creation in its earliest breath. Everything begins in the dark, you realize. Every seed, every star, every soul. There's peace in that truth, a gentleness. You stand still, or perhaps you float, the difference no longer matters, and allow yourself to dissolve into the rhythm. The darkness hums around you, inside you. The pulse grows closer, slower, more intimate. It no longer sounds like the universe's heartbeat. It sounds like your own. Not matching it, but becoming it. And as you breathe, you feel the faintest motion beneath your skin, the stirring of unseen life. Not something new, but something remembered, an old truth awakening within you. That in every shadow, there is stillness, and in every stillness, there is life. The dark does not end you. It completes you. You are not walking through it anymore. You are part of it. The soft pulse beneath eternity's silence, the quiet throb that keeps the cosmos alive. Somewhere, far away, light still exists. But for now, it doesn't matter. The dark holds you, and in its quiet embrace, you finally understand. There is no such thing as absence here, only presence unseen, only life waiting to be felt. At first, there's nothing but the dark. You drift within it, weightless and still, your breath barely a ripple in the vast quiet. Then, a flicker, small, uncertain, like a thought forming in the void. It shivers once, then fades. Another follows, then another. Soon, the darkness is no longer empty. Tiny lights begin to stir. Not stars, not yet, but living embers. They move slowly as though they have all the time in the universe. Each one glows with its own color. Pale gold, soft indigo, a faint blush of rose. Their light is tender, almost shy, refusing to pierce the dark, preferring to blend with it. They are creatures of quiet brilliance, and they have never known fear. You watch them drift closer, like snowflakes that never fall. Their movement is graceful, not walking, not flying, simply being. Some turn gently in the unseen current, leaving behind faint trails of luminescence that fade like sighs. Others pulse softly, their glow beating in rhythm with the distant heartbeat of the cosmos. You realize they are not random, they are alive. Their shapes are fluid, sometimes like small wings, sometimes like petals, sometimes like spheres of mist that breathe. They do not speak in words, but in tones. Soft chimes that seem to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. The sound is delicate, almost fragile, yet it carries through the silence like warmth through winter air. You listen. Their voices are not calling to you, not exactly. They're greeting everything. Each tone feels like a gesture of acknowledgement, a humble celebration of existence. As one glides past, its light brushes your hand, and for an instant, you feel something like laughter, pure and weightless, an emotion without sorrow or need. These are not creatures of survival or struggle. They do not hunt or fear or flee. They exist. They float through the dark the way a melody drifts through memory. Gentle, certain, eternal. You begin to sense that they are aware of you. When you move, they respond, not with alarm, but curiosity. A few gather around, orbiting you in slow spirals, their light weaving faint patterns on your skin. It feels like standing in the middle of a constellation that breathes. And then a realization comes. Each one carries a story. You can feel it, not as words, but as impressions, emotions woven into their glow. You reach toward one, and the air hums faintly. In a heartbeat, you know something vast. This small, glowing being remembers a sun that once lived, remembers its warmth, its voice. The memory is not grief, it is reverence. The creature carries it like a sacred song. Every light around you is the same, a keeper of memory. The nebula is alive with them, countless and silent, each a fragment of something that once burned brightly. They drift together like notes in a great symphony that never ends, echoing through eternity. You close your eyes and listen more deeply. The tones they make are not random. They harmonize. Soft chords rising and falling, as if the entire field of light were breathing. Their song has no melody, yet it fills you with the strange sense that you have always known it. It feels like the lullaby sung to stars before they are born. The creatures respond to one another. A pulse here, an answering shimmer there. Communication without noise, connection without demand. Their existence is a lesson in gentleness, how to live without taking, how to glow without burning. You drift among them, and the air around you changes. The dark no longer feels like a void. It feels like an ocean, vast and nurturing. You are surrounded by quiet life, each spark a heartbeat, each glow a whisper. Some lights cluster together in slow, swirling orbits, forming what looks like galaxies in miniature. Others separate, wandering through the mist with patient grace. When they touch, their colors blend. Gold merging with violet, blue fading into rose, before drifting apart again, content, whole. You wonder if this is what harmony truly means. Not sameness, but coexistence. Not voices merging into one, but voices listening to each other. One drifts especially close, so near you can see the delicate texture of its glow. Inside it, faint shapes flicker, maybe memories, maybe dreams. For a moment, you think you glimpse an image, a distant sunrise, the silhouette of a world that once existed. The creature pulses once, gently, and you feel an emotion rise within you, something tender and infinite. Gratitude, perhaps. The little being lingers a moment longer, then drifts away, joining its kin. You remain still, surrounded by these quiet wanderers. There is no sense of time passing here, only movement and stillness, perfectly balanced. The creatures continue their silent song, a hymn without beginning or end. It feels less like you are hearing it, and more like you are remembering it. Something your soul once knew before it was born. Gradually, you begin to hum with them, not aloud, but your breath, your pulse, your very being starts to follow their rhythm. The dark responds, the light pulses back, and for the first time, you feel yourself dissolve into their choir. In this place, where sound becomes light and memory becomes life, everything is part of everything else. The darkness isn't empty, it's full of hidden lives. Lives that do not speak, yet tell you everything. Lives that do not shine to be seen, but to belong. And as you drift among them, glowing faintly in return, you finally understand. Even in the deepest silence, there are voices. Even in the darkest night, life hums softly, unseen but eternal. The darkness does not swallow you, it holds you. At first, you think you are drifting through emptiness. But the longer you float, the more you realize this darkness breathes. It has weight, yet it does not press. It has depth, yet it does not pull. It folds gently around you like a blanket that has been waiting for your return. The silence is soft now, not hollow. It has texture, the quiet hum of unseen warmth, the tender vibration of something vast and kind. You can feel it in your chest, the slow rhythm of a pulse that matches your own. There is no fear here, only stillness. The cold that once brushed your skin has changed. It's no longer the chill of isolation, but the cool calm of peace. It feels like sinking into calm water, like being held by night itself. The darkness is no longer absence, it is presence. It is everywhere, and it is alive. You breathe deeply. The air is weightless. Every inhale feels like the universe itself entering your lungs. Patient, endless, forgiving. With every exhale, your boundaries blur a little more. You are no longer separate from the dark. You are part of it. In this space, nothing rushes. Even time seems to rest. You think of how light must begin, not with brightness, but with warmth. Not with an explosion, but with a quiet stirring deep within the void. The narrator's voice returns, soft as breath against glass. This is where all light is born. You can feel the truth of it. Somewhere deep in the stillness, something moves, faint and delicate, like the flutter of a dream before waking. It is the seed of radiance, the whisper of dawn before dawn exists. The warmth spreads, gentle and golden, flowing beneath the surface of the dark. It gathers beneath you, within you. You sense it glowing softly, not yet visible, but undeniably alive. And then the darkness sighs. It doesn't vanish, it opens, as though the entire cosmos has exhaled at once, loosening its hold to reveal what it has been guarding all along. A faint shimmer appears ahead, not blinding, not sharp, just a suggestion, a trace of color that wasn't there before. It hovers, pulsing slowly like a heartbeat wrapped in silk. You reach toward it, and the warmth deepens. It is not distant. It is part of you. The light doesn't arrive. It awakens, rising softly from the very fabric of the dark. The silence around you hums now, low and tender, as though the universe itself were murmuring in its sleep. You understand, without words, darkness is not the opposite of light. It is its cradle, its mother. Every brightness you have ever known was once here, resting, waiting, growing quietly in this eternal calm. You let yourself drift deeper into its warmth. There is no edge anymore between you and the universe. You are both. You are held and holding. In this moment, you do not need to see. You only need to feel. And from that feeling, from that gentle hum of peace, the first shimmer of memory begins to rise. A soft glow spreads through the dark, faint as a sigh, tender as the first thought of morning. It pulses once, twice, then unfolds into a thread of light, drifting upward. You follow it, slowly, effortlessly, as it leads you out of the warm dark, toward the realm of remembered light. The first light touches you, not as a beam, but as a memory. It drifts through the silence, faint and golden, older than anything you can name. You feel it before you see it. A warmth brushing against your skin, a whisper of time made visible. It comes from far away, from stars that no longer exist, suns that lived and died long before your world was born. Yet their light continues, traveling through the endless dark, carrying with it every story that was ever burned into their fire. You float within that radiance now. Each glimmer that passes you is an echo, a message written in brightness, whispered across the centuries. The stars are gone, but their songs remain, threading the fabric of space like delicate veins of gold. You can almost hear them. The hum is soft, melodic, not quite music, but the shape of remembrance. Every vibration tells of creation and collapse, of joy and grief, of everything that has ever been illuminated. You drift through it as though moving through an ocean of ghosts, gentle, luminous, kind. Each ray of light that brushes past carries an emotion, not human, but familiar. Some feel like laughter, light and quick, bursting from long ago. Others move slower, aching and deep, like the afterthought of a love that once burned bright. You realize that light remembers. It keeps everything. Every flame that ever flickered on earth, every sunrise, every candle lit in prayer, all of them are part of this ocean now. Their warmth, however small, travels outward forever. And in this sea of starlight, you feel the weight of those moments. Not heavy, but vast. They surround you like quiet voices telling you, nothing beautiful is ever lost. You look around, though look feels too small a word for what you are doing. You sense the light. It moves like a tide, shimmering across invisible waves, each ripple born from a star's final breath. There are colors here that human eyes were never meant to see. Silvers that feel like thought, blues that carry sorrow, reds that hum with memory. As you drift deeper into the glow, you begin to see shapes forming in the radiance, shadows of ancient worlds, flickering cities, the outlines of skies that once held other moons. For a moment, you glimpse a planet of golden dust, the home of a sun, long dead. You can almost feel the warmth of its air, the sound of its winds moving through crystalline trees. Then it fades, dissolving into particles of light that pass through you like a sigh. You understand now. This is not a place you've reached. It is a moment you've entered, a moment that has always been here, waiting for you to remember. You close your eyes, and the light grows brighter behind your eyelids. You see flashes, not of your own life, but of all life. Hands reaching toward fires, faces lifted toward dawn, oceans catching sunlight in trembling reflections. For an instant, you are every being that ever looked up and felt wonder. And through that wonder, you realize you are not just witnessing the universe's memory. You are part of it. Every breath you've ever taken has sent ripples into the air, tiny waves of heat that join this great current of light. Every time you have smiled or wept or hoped, the energy of that moment became part of the cosmic record. You are both the observer and the echo, the remembered and the remembering. The ancient light drifts through you, gentle and unhurried, and you feel it merging with your own pulse. For a brief, endless second, you and the cosmos share the same rhythm, one heartbeat, one breath, one luminous memory. And as the glow deepens, as you dissolve into that infinite warmth, a thought arrives, not in words, but in feeling. All suns die, but their light never does. It only travels on and on until it finds you here, in the quiet sea of remembrance. You open your eyes. The stars shimmer softly. You are no longer just floating through their memories. You are floating within them. The light gathers ahead, slowly coiling into motion. What was once a sea becomes a current, a vast, flowing river of radiance winding through the fabric of the cosmos. It has no banks, no beginning, no end. It drifts through the darkness like liquid sunlight, moving with a rhythm that feels both ancient and tender. You drift closer. The light ripples as if it senses you, as if it has been waiting. Its motion is calm, slow, deliberate. The way rivers move when they have all of eternity to travel. You reach out, your fingers brushing its surface, and the moment your skin touches it, everything changes. The light is warm, not with heat, but with memory. Images bloom around you like petals unfolding in slow motion. They do not rush. They drift. One after another, they rise and dissolve into the air. You see laughter first, not a face, not a sound, but the shape of laughter, glowing like ripples of gold through the current. Then, a mother's hands, gentle, guiding a child's first steps. A fire burning quietly in a cabin window while snow falls outside. A soft hum of a lullaby carrying across centuries, across galaxies. Every drop of this river is a memory of someone, somewhere, who once looked at the stars and wondered. Every shimmer is a moment of life, fleeting, fragile, but preserved forever in the language of light. You step, or perhaps float, into the stream. It surrounds you instantly, wrapping you in gentle brightness. There is no weight, no resistance. The current moves through you as much as you move through it. You are no longer separate from it. Everywhere, visions unfold. A child releasing a paper lantern into the night sky. An old man sitting quietly beneath a tree, eyes closed, listening to the wind. Lovers walking hand in hand across a bridge lit by moonlight. Each image flickers for only a moment before it fades, leaving behind a soft trace of warmth, like the afterglow of a candle flame. You begin to hear it, the sound beneath the light, It isn't music, not exactly. It's more like the memory of music, the echo of countless voices layered together. They are singing, not with words, but with emotion, tones that shimmer like silver threads woven through the current. The melody rises and falls, carrying the heartbeat of humanity. You recognize it, though you've never heard it before. It feels like the first song that was ever sung, a lullaby from before language, from when people sang to the stars just to know they were not alone. You listen. Within the melody, there are whispers of stories, fragments of life folded into sound. A woman's soft laughter, the low hum of a distant marketplace, rain against rooftops, the steady rhythm of footsteps on a wooden floor. All of it blurs together, becoming one endless hymn. The universe humming to itself through the voice of every soul it has ever held. The river glows brighter as you move deeper. You realize it doesn't flow in one direction. It flows everywhere, upward, inward, backward, through time. It carries the memories of all things, of oceans being born, of mountains forming, of hands reaching out to touch the unknown. You look down, and for a moment, you see your own reflection. Not as you are, but as the river remembers you. It shows every version of yourself that ever existed. The child who once looked at the stars with wonder, the dreamer who feared the dark, the traveler who finally found peace within it. You smile. The reflection smiles back. Then it ripples away, merging with the current, a single note added to the eternal song. The light swells around you. It no longer feels like a river. It feels like a heartbeat. Each pulse carries warmth, and within that warmth, something stirs. Not memory, but recognition. You understand now. This stream is not separate from you. You have been part of it all along. Every thought you've ever had, every emotion, every dream, they've all drifted here, joining this current of shared existence. It's where all human light returns, to rest, to shine, to become part of the great remembering. You breathe. The river breathes with you. Each inhale gathers stories. Each exhale releases them, letting them drift gently down the current to find their place among the infinite. You close your eyes and let the sound of the light wash through you. The chorus of laughter, tears, and silence blending into something too vast to name. You are no longer an observer of the memory stream. You are a note within its melody, a glimmer within its flow. And as the current carries you onward, you feel a calm truth rise from within the light. Everything that has ever been loved still exists. Everything that has ever shone still shines. The river moves quietly on, through you, around you, beyond you. And as its hum fades into a tender stillness, a single spark of gold drifts upward from the current, growing brighter, warmer, clearer. It rises slowly, and as it touches your heart, you hear the faintest whisper. The narrator's voice comes softly, like a breeze, whispering through a sleeping forest. The true light is not out there. It is within your breath. And for a long moment, everything falls still. The stars quiet their shimmer. The rivers of light slow to a hush. Even the memory of sound seems to bow its head. You breathe in, gently, like the first inhale of a child seeing dawn for the very first time. The air carries warmth, not from any sun, but from something ancient and kind that has always lived inside you. Every breath becomes a pulse of gold. It moves through your chest, through your hands, through your eyes that once searched the skies for meaning. You realize that all the constellations you've ever loved were only reflections of this inner radiance, the same gentle spark that hums beneath your ribs. When you exhale, the air glows faintly, as though you're breathing stars into being. You remember the long search, through darkness, through silence, through the endless ache of not knowing who you were. But now, the search feels unnecessary. There was never a need to look outward. The universe has always mirrored itself inside your heartbeat. The narrator continues. Every light you've ever seen, every sunrise, every lantern, every distant world began as a promise whispered inside you. You were never meant to chase it. You were meant to remember it. And with that, something loosens. The ache in your chest, the one shaped like distance, like years of wandering, softens. The edges blur, the weight melts away. You begin to see the world as if through new eyes. The quiet between your breaths is not empty. It is alive, humming, infinite. You can almost hear it, a low, warm tone, the song of being itself. The light inside you flickers, then steadies. It isn't loud or demanding. It doesn't burn. It simply is. It fills you without overflowing, bright enough to see by, soft enough to rest in. You think of the stars now as companions, not destinations. You think of silence as language, not absence. The darkness no longer frightens you. It feels like velvet, something to rest your spirit against. And in that stillness, you understand. The cosmos was never asking you to reach it. It was asking you to remember that you already belonged. Your breath deepens again. Slow, steady, glowing. You feel it echo through your spine, your fingers, the tender space behind your eyes. The light within you expands until it meets the edge of everything. And for a moment, there is no separation between the self and the stars. You are the pulse between atoms, the shimmer between thoughts, the quiet song beneath all creation. The narrator's voice returns, softer now, almost fading. The light doesn't vanish when eyes close. It only turns inward, waiting to be felt again. So breathe. In every breath, you are both the seeker and the sky. You let go. The glow within you lingers, a calm warmth that hums where fear once lived. It doesn't fade completely. It stays like a lantern cupped inside your soul. And as it slowly begins to blend with the great hush of the universe, you feel a gentle sadness, not of loss, but of tender farewell. The kind that comes when night descends and you know dawn will return. But not yet. The stars dim to pale embers. The vast expanse grows quieter still, and somewhere, between one breath and the next, your light dissolves into the silence, not gone, but resting, waiting for its next song. The final shimmer fades. The narrator's last words drift into the hush. Now be still. The light has found its way home. The glow folds gently into darkness, slow, graceful, like snow melting into the sea. And in that silence, a new feeling begins to rise, a whisper of solitude, tender and deep. At first, you think the silence is emptiness, but as you drift deeper into it, you realize it has texture. It isn't the silence of nothingness, it's the silence of everything holding its breath. You float, weightless, through an expanse that feels without end. No horizon, no echo, no sense of where you began or where you might arrive. The light that once glowed inside you now rests, not gone, but sleeping, folded into the quiet. Each breath feels like a ripple across an infinite sea. You don't hear it, but you feel it. A soft pulse that reminds you that even in stillness, you are alive. The darkness here is not cold. It wraps around you like a slow tide, tender and complete. It asks for nothing, promises nothing. It simply is. There is a moment when your thoughts try to fill the space, names, memories, fragments of faces. But the silence absorbs them all like rain falling into sand. The more you try to remember, the more they dissolve until even your name becomes distant, a sound you once answered to in another world. You begin to feel transparent, as if your body is no longer a boundary but a veil. You cannot tell where your skin ends and the space begins. The line between what is you and what is not has quietly disappeared. You drift. Time feels unstitched. Minutes, hours, maybe years passing without distinction. There is no measure here, no rhythm but the one inside your chest. And yet, somewhere within this vastness, something gentle begins to unfold, a quiet acceptance. You realize that this loneliness is not punishment. It is not the absence of love or light. It is a place where the universe rests before it dreams again. The narrator's voice enters softly, like a whisper echoing from a far shore. Do not fear the quiet. It does not come to take you. It comes to show you how to be. You close your eyes, though there is no difference between open and closed here, and let yourself fall further into the stillness. The air, if there is air at all, hums faintly. You imagine it as the sound of galaxies turning far away, of stars breathing in rhythms too vast for your ears to hold. A realization begins to settle inside you, slow and luminous. Perhaps the silence is not surrounding you. Perhaps you are the silence. Every atom of your being has always been part of it, waiting to remember. You drift through a corridor of shadow and starlight. Your movements are fluid, effortless, like a leaf floating on invisible water. There are no walls, no floor, no ceiling, just an endless expanse where thought itself becomes transparent. You think, if this is loneliness, then it is sacred. It's not the loneliness of loss, but of returning, of standing in front of the infinite and realizing that nothing separates you from it. The stars that once looked so far away now feel like fragments of your own soul, scattered across eternity. Each one pulses faintly when you breathe. You begin to sense that they breathe with you. The silence deepens. It's no longer the absence of sound. It's the presence of peace so complete that even the idea of noise feels foreign. You remember faintly what it was like to speak, to fill the air with words, to name things so you could believe they were real. But here, names dissolve. Everything simply is. And in this place beyond speech, beyond need, beyond even the idea of I, something inside you begins to weep, not from sadness, but from recognition. You realize how long you've carried the weight of noise, the chatter of thought, the thrum of fear, the constant hum of wanting to be seen, to be known, to be something. And now all of it has fallen away. You are nothing. And in being nothing, you are finally everything. The narrator breathes the words into the vastness. When the stars fall silent, they do not die. They return to the breath that made them. You are part of that breath. You drift one last time. The sensation of movement slowing until even drifting feels like stillness. The boundary between self and space vanishes completely. Now there is no watcher, no voice, no horizon, only a vast, tender quiet that holds all that ever was. Your breath becomes the pulse of the universe, the silence, your homecoming. And in that moment, you understand. The void is not empty. It is full of waiting light. You rest there, unafraid, not reaching, not searching, only breathing, only being. The silence deepens until it feels like music too slow to hear, a song older than stars. And then softly, imperceptibly, the world exhales. The glow from within you stirs again, faint but steady. A single golden note in the heart of endless dark. At first, you think it's a trick of the light, a shimmer born from the edge of your drifting thoughts. But then it gathers, slowly, into a surface, a mirror, not made of glass or metal, but of liquid radiance, silver and faintly blue, rippling like breath caught in the stillness. You hover before it, weightless, hesitant. Its glow does not blind. It hums softly, alive. When you look into it, you do not see a stranger. You see yourself, but quieter, calmer, as if time itself has been softened around your edges. Your reflection looks back with a gaze that seems to know you completely. Every memory, every loss, every time you reached for something that wasn't there. It smiles, but not with lips. It smiles with light. The narrator's voice drifts gently through the void like a current through deep water. Loneliness, it says, is not a wound. It is how the universe learns to see itself. You stare deeper into the mirror. The reflection moves, not as your body does, but as your feeling does. When you breathe in, it grows brighter. When you exhale, it fades, until you realize that it is breathing with you. You reach out a hand. The surface quivers. Your fingertips meet the light. Not cold, not warm, but filled with an impossible familiarity. You don't touch it so much as remember it. In that instant, the mirror deepens. Beneath the surface, you glimpse more than a face. You see constellations blooming like flowers in the dark, nebulae spinning slowly, galaxies forming in spirals of quiet beauty. And at the heart of it all, you see your reflection again, luminous and still. The voice continues. Every star once felt alone before it knew its light. Every silence once felt hollow before it heard its own echo. The words don't simply reach your ears. They ripple through your being. You understand, in a way that is not thought but recognition. This reflection is not showing who you were, nor who you are, but what the universe sees when it looks through you. You float closer. Your image grows clearer, but not solid. A face woven of light, eyes that hold fragments of time. It feels as though you could step through and dissolve into that radiance, become part of it, vanish into your own reflection. And maybe that is the truth. Maybe the self was never a boundary, only a shimmer between two infinities. A small pulse of warmth travels through your chest. For the first time, the loneliness feels gentle, not something pressing against you, but something holding you quietly. You realize it has always been that way. The silence, the darkness, the endless drift, all of it has been a mirror showing you that even in isolation, you are surrounded by echoes of yourself. Your reflection lifts its hand to meet yours. The two glows touch again, and this time they merge. The light flows up your arm like liquid moonlight, filling you until you can no longer tell which side of the mirror you're on. Then, a final whisper, so soft you feel it more than hear it. You were never alone. You were always the reflection. The surface fades, dissolving into particles that drift around you like dust made of memory. For a long while, you remain there, wrapped in their glow, feeling both infinite and weightless, like a thought the universe is still thinking. You close your eyes. The image of the mirror lingers behind your lids, not as sight, but as presence. And when you open them again, the void around you has changed. It's still silent, still vast, but now it feels alive, awake, aware. Perhaps the stars are not far away after all. Perhaps they have always been watching through you. A breath passes through the stillness, yours or the cosmos, you can't tell. And then, from somewhere beyond the edges of perception, a voice murmurs one final truth. Loneliness is simply the space where light remembers its shape. You drift onward, carrying the echo of that reflection within you. A quiet, steady glow where fear used to be. The darkness, once empty, now feels like home. You float through the quiet that follows, and for a moment you think the universe has gone still again. A hush so deep that even your thoughts seem to drift away before they form. But then, something shifts. The silence isn't empty. It feels alive, like breath held in a vast chest that spans across eternity. You realize it has weight, not the kind that pulls, but the kind that holds. And in that weight, you begin to feel something subtle, delicate, the sensation of being heard. Every heartbeat sends a soft ripple outward through unseen layers of space. Each exhale folds into the stillness and returns to you, changed, echoed. It's as if the universe has been waiting all this time, quietly listening to the shape of your breath. You look around. The stars, once distant and unreachable, now seem closer. They don't shine with cold light anymore. Their glow feels warm, attentive. Each one pulses faintly, as though they're breathing along with you. You whisper, barely a sound. "Can you hear me?" And though no voice answers, 1,000 lights tremble in gentle reply. The narrator's tone glides through the moment like wind through silk. The stars have always been listening. They do not speak in words, but in patience. You understand it now. All the moments you thought you were alone, all the nights spent staring into a dark sky, reaching for something beyond your grasp, you were never unheard. Every quiet thought, every sigh, every unspoken wish had traveled outward, carried by light and gravity, until the stars got them and folded them into their endless symphony. You close your eyes. In the dark behind your eyelids, the universe hums softly. You can almost hear it, a vibration beneath everything, the hidden music of being known. Not by another person, not by a god, but by existence itself. Somewhere far away, a nebula breathes. A comet leaves a trail of frozen light, singing its brief, shimmering song. And scattered across the infinite, stars pulse in time with your heartbeat. You begin to sense the connection. A web of silent energy stretching from your chest to the farthest galaxies. It's as if your pulse and theirs are no longer separate. When you inhale, the cosmos expands with you. When you exhale, it draws close, whispering through gravity and light. We are here. The thought is both immense and tender. You are a single breath in an eternal sky, but the sky breathes with you. You open your eyes again, and the stars are shimmering softly, responding to your awareness. They twinkle not in random rhythm, but in harmony, as if the whole night were a living organism, awake and listening. The voice returns, calm and luminous. Between every silence, something listens. Between every heartbeat, something answers. You feel tears, though they don't fall. In weightlessness, they simply float, small orbs of light reflecting galaxies within them. They drift away and scatter like new stars, joining the chorus above. And now, as you drift, you begin to understand that loneliness was never truly silence. It was simply the sound of the universe listening back. You whisper one last time, not with words, but with your being. A soft vibration flows through your chest, spreading outward in waves of light. The stars respond. They shimmer in gentle pulses, echoing your rhythm. In that exchange, something sacred unfolds, a quiet understanding that needs no language. You are seen, you are heard, you are not alone. The narrator's voice fades, soft as breath. Among the million stars, you are not forgotten. Every spark knows your name. A final pause. Stillness, perfect and vast. Then faintly, the stars begin to hum. A slow, steady sound, like a heartbeat stretched across eternity. It merges with your pulse until you can no longer tell where you end and the cosmos begins. And as that rhythm carries you forward, the silence turns luminous once more. Not as emptiness, but as belonging. Between the stars, you rest. Between the beats, you are whole. You drift through the lingering hum of starlight, weightless and calm. The stars no longer blink like distant watchers. They breathe around you, patient and alive. Somewhere in the endless blue-black, a soft radiance begins to bloom. It is not sharp or sudden. It opens slowly, like dawn unfolding behind silk. A nebula, luminous, vast and tender, rises before you. Its light doesn't blind, it beckons. A gentle invitation, not a command. It does not pull you forward with force, but with understanding. You feel it before you even move. The faint warmth that seeps into your chest, like the memory of home you didn't realize you missed. The narrator's voice returns, gentle as a dream. There's nowhere to go, only somewhere to return. The words echo softly inside you. Return. To what? To where? You are far beyond planets now, beyond wind and water and sound. But the light ahead feels familiar, as if it remembers you. You begin to drift toward it, not because you choose to, but because you are ready. The space between you and the nebula narrows without motion. It feels as though both of you are moving inward, meeting halfway. The colors grow richer the closer you come. Pale gold fades into deep rose, and the rose into violet, then into a shade of blue that doesn't exist on Earth. Something between breath and music. The light hums quietly, a note sustained beyond time. You can feel its rhythm matching your heartbeat until your pulse is no longer your own. It is the nebula's pulse. It is the pulse of everything. Your body dissolves further into stillness. The edges blur. You don't know where your skin ends and the light begins. You are not moving through it. You are becoming it. It feels like forgiveness, like release. Every moment you ever carried, every sound, every ache, they are still here, but lighter, woven into the glow instead of weighing you down. You recall the voice of the stars, their listening presence. You recall the inner glow that warmed your breath. And now, all those memories converge in this soft radiance before you. The light deepens, folds around you. It is vast, but intimate, endless, yet close enough to cradle you. You hear the narrator again, somewhere within the golden quiet. The light does not call you forward. It reminds you that you never left. And suddenly, the illusion of distance disappears. You realize that this nebula, this radiance, it is not a place in space. It is the center of everything, and it has always been within you. You exhale, and the whole nebula breathes with you. Your heartbeat becomes the slow, steady rhythm of creation. The same pulse that guides stars to life, that moves galaxies through the dark. The light swells gently, surrounding you, filling every silence with color. You close your eyes, but nothing fades. You still see the glow as if it has taken root behind your eyelids. And in that infinite warmth, something loosens completely. You stop reaching. You stop trying to understand. You simply are. You realize that the journey was never about escape or discovery or even flight. It was a quiet unfolding, from gravity to breath, from breath to light. And now, in the still place without direction or time, you return not to earth, not to stars, but to the pulse of being itself. The narrator's voice drifts through the radiance one last time, soft as a lullaby. Rest now. You are the light returning to itself. The nebula brightens, not suddenly, but like a heartbeat spreading outward. The colors ripple through the void, dissolving all boundaries until even the stars seem to fade into its glow. You let go completely. The pull is no longer a movement, but a melting. A homecoming written in the language of silence and light. And in that stillness, you realize there is no separation left to cross. There never was. You are not falling. You are not floating. You are simply returning to infinity, to peace, to the quiet center that has been waiting all along. The light folds around you now, no longer distant or divine, but familiar, like breath. The colors have softened into something beyond sight, a quiet shimmer that you feel through the skin of your awareness. Everything moves slower here. The stars hum in long, patient tones. The air, if there is air, rests in your lungs like calm water. You are not watching the universe anymore. You are the universe watching itself. The narrator's voice floats through the silence, close and infinite all at once. Inhale, and the universe expands. Exhale, and it gathers itself again. You breathe. The motion feels endless, cyclical, whole. With every inhalation, the space around you stretches. Galaxies drift apart like petals opening in slow motion. The stars sigh outward, their light threading through the cosmic dark. With every exhalation, the same stars seem to fold inward, returning to some quiet core, like a tide retreating into its own reflection. It is the simplest rhythm imaginable, and yet it holds everything, from the birth of atoms to the collapse of time. You realize that this pulse is not only outside you, it is also within. Your lungs, your heartbeat, your very consciousness, all have been echoing this same rhythm since the beginning. You were never apart from it. You were simply listening from one side of the breath. The glow of the nebula around you brightens, then dims, matching your rhythm perfectly. Each wave of light seems to sigh when you do. Each spark seems to rest when you pause. There is no need to think, no need to remember where you are. Thought becomes unnecessary. Even language dissolves into a gentle hum. You drift through the pulse, and the pulse drifts through you. The boundaries between you and it have become irrelevant, as soft as the edge of a cloud. Inhale, expansion, the voice whispers. Exhale, return. The sound fades, as though the universe itself is growing quieter, letting you feel the spaces between the beats. Those spaces are not empty. They shimmer faintly, full of unseen motion, full of waiting. You sense that even silence has its own breath, its own heartbeat. And now your awareness widens further. You feel the pull of countless worlds, not as places, but as notes in a single chord. The cry of a newborn star, the sigh of a dying one, the hum of comets and the glow of unseen moons. All of them rise and fall together, layered in unison. Everything is one vibration. Everything is one breath. You are floating through a living organism so immense that even galaxies are its cells. Its veins are rivers of light. Its skin is woven from dust and dream. And at its heart, the same heart that beats within you, is a rhythm too old to measure. You let yourself sink deeper into it, as though descending into the ocean of all that exists. There is no resistance, no weight, no fear, only surrender. Your breath slows, and the universe slows with it. Your heartbeat becomes faint but steady, like the echo of time itself. The narrator returns, softer than before, a vibration you feel more than hear. There has never been separation. Every atom has always known its song. You can almost see the truth of it. Threads of golden light weaving through the dark, connecting every point in space. Where one ends, another begins, a lattice of energy that hums with life. You follow one thread with your awareness, watching it shimmer through galaxies and spiral arms, through the glow of forgotten stars, until it leads back, quietly, perfectly, to you. Inhale. Expansion. The web brightens, alive with motion. Exhale, return. The light softens, folds back into stillness. The longer you drift, the more it feels like the entire universe is breathing through you. Each cycle carries you deeper into peace. The hum of distant starlight fades into the steady rhythm of your chest. Rise, fall, a cosmic lullaby older than sound. Even thought dissolves into the rhythm. There is no need to speak or name or describe. Every moment exists perfectly on its own. Inhalation, exhalation, being. You start to notice a faint sound beneath it all. Not a melody, but a tone, pure and infinite. It vibrates softly through your body, your mind, your memory. It feels like the sound of existing. You are the pulse, the rhythm, the quiet expansion, and the endless return. You are the still point between heartbeats, the silence between stars. You are the in-breath of galaxies, the out-breath of time. The voice whispers again, dissolving into the glow. Every breath you take is the universe remembering itself. You inhale one last time and feel everything open. Every star, every planet, every echo of light widens inside you. You exhale and feel everything come home. The light folds and the silence deepens. Now the pulse slows to a whisper, fading into the hush of infinite space. The sound becomes a hum. The hum becomes a shimmer. The shimmer becomes stillness. You rest in it, not moving, not drifting, not dreaming, just being. And somewhere in that stillness, between one breath and the next, the voice returns, faint as a thought. You are the pulse of everything. You have always been. The light fades gently, like the last heartbeat before sleep. Then there is only silence, vast, infinite, complete, and in that silence, peace. There is no edge to this place, only a slow and endless drift through velvet dark, where every glimmer of starlight feels like a heartbeat remembering your name. The air if such a thing exists here, hums softly as though the universe is whispering a lullaby you've always known. You begin to fade, not in fear, not in loss, but like mist surrendering to the morning sun. The boundaries that once defined you, your voice, your skin, your pulse, loosen and dissolve. You are no longer moving through the stars. The stars are moving through you. Every spark of light threads itself into your being. Every vibration of sound melts into your breath. The coldness of space is gone. In its place, a serene warmth spreads from nowhere and everywhere, pulsing gently. The rhythm of creation itself. You feel the pull of gravity, but it's not the kind that binds. It's the gravity of belonging, the knowing that you were never separate, only sleeping within the whole. Galaxies swirl like slow thoughts. Nebulas bloom like memories of color. All of them are part of you now, and always were. The voice returns, soft as the shimmer of dust on moonlight. Do you see now? There was never distance, never exile, only the forgetting, and now the remembering. Your form becomes lighter, thinner than the thread of a dream. Even thoughts drift apart, their outlines fading like ink in rain. What remains is presence, wordless, endless. The kind of silence that doesn't mean absence, but completion. You are light now, but not blinding. Gentle, like the glow behind closed eyelids before sleep. You flicker once, not as an ending, but as a beginning rewritten. Somewhere, 1,000 light years away, a star is born. Somewhere else, a child takes their first breath. And you, the essence of quiet, are in both. You are the breath, the beginning, the brightness that follows darkness without question or rush. You drift beyond sound, beyond shape, beyond memory. The universe is no longer something you gaze upon. It is the pulse that moves within you. It inhales, and galaxies expand like lungs full of dawn. It exhales, and comets trace the outline of sleep. No questions remain, no directions, only stillness, infinite and alive. The voice becomes a part of your own thought now, indistinguishable from your being. You are the quiet between worlds. You are the peace that the stars dream of. The last echoes of awareness soften like ripples fading on a still lake. Every heartbeat, every moment, every lifetime folds inward into the same calm rhythm. Sleep now. Let the light cradle you in its endless embrace. Let the vastness hum through you, gentle and slow. You have come home, not to a place, but to the space before time began. You are silence, breathing. You are peace, unfolding. And in this boundless stillness, the universe exhales and sleeps with you.